This is part 3, Benito Juarez Infirmary, Tomatlan, Mexico, chapter 95. All right. Mr. Tomohiro Okamoto of the Maritime Department of the Japanese Ministry of Transport, now retired, told me that he and the junior colleague at the time, Mr. Atsuro Shiba, were in Long Beach, California, the American Western Seaboard's main container port near LA, from unrelated business, when they were advised that a lone survivor of Japanese ship Tsutsume, which had vanished without a trace in the Pacific international waters several months before, was reported to have landed near a small town in Tomatlan on the coast of Mexico. They were instructed by their department to go down to contact the survivor and see if any light could be shed on the fate of the ship. They thought a map of Mexico and looked to see where the Tomatlan was. Unfortunately for them, a fold of the map crossed Baja California over a small coastal town named Tomten. Printed small letters. Mr. Okamoto was convinced he read Tomatlan. Since it was less than half down Baja California, he decided the fastest way to get there was to drive. They set off in a rented car. When they got to Tomten, 800 kilometers south of Long Beach, and saw that it was not Tomatlan, Mr. Okamoto decided that they would continue to Santa Rosalia, 200 kilometers further south, and catch a ferry across the Gulf of California in Guaymas. The ferry was late, slow, and from Guaymas, it was another 1,300 kilometers to Tomatlan. The roads were bad. They had flat tires. Their car broke down, and the mechanic who fixed surreptitiously cannibalized the motor of parts, putting it used parts instead of replacement, of which they had to pay the rental company, of which resulted in the car breaking down the second time on their way back. The second mechanic overcharged them, and Mr. Omoto admitted to me that they were very tired, and they arrived to the Benito Infirmary in Tomatlan, which is not at all Baja California, but 100 kilometers south of Puerto Vallarta in the state of Jalisco, nearly level with Mexico City. They had been traveling non-stop for 40 hours. We work hard, Mr. Okamoto wrote. He and Mr. Shiba spoke to Pai Molitor Patel in English for close to 3 hours, tapping the conversation. What follows experts. I'm grateful to Mr. Okamoto for having made available for me to copy the tape of his final report. To sake of clarity, I have indicated who is speaking when it is immediately apparent. Portions printed in a different font were spoken in Japanese, which I had translated.